If you're researching classroom door security solutions, you've probably come across TeacherLock. When every second matters, teachers need a fast, reliable way to secure their classroom doors. That is exactly why we created TeacherLock. I'm going to take a few minutes to go over the key features and what sets us apart from other devices. But first and foremost, I do want to indicate that we are not a barricade. We are a retrofit manual door lock that can be installed on any existing classroom door. This is important for schools that just don't have the budget to upgrade their entire systems to wireless or electronic locks. We provide safety now because students shouldn't have to wait to feel secure. Okay, so let's get into it. I have my little demo door here and we have our TeacherLocks. This is TeacherLock 1 and this is TeacherLock 2. There's only one key difference, which I'll get into, but first and foremost, this is the activator. This activator will engage either lock. The teacher has access to this either on their lanyard or we do have a holster, so you can have the key in a holster either on the door or on the door frame or wherever convenient, and then anybody could grab the key and engage the lock. So this is important because not anybody can just lock the door. This gives the teacher access, and depending on the school, if they want to have it on the door, depending on the age, that's an option. So the key difference between TeacherLock 1 and TeacherLock 2 is how you disengage the lock. So the activator will lock both versions. So the first version is here. The lock is now engaged. You can see the deadbolt in. In order to unlock this lock, you push the red button. It is now unlocked, and now you exit the door. Some states allow for a two-step egress, especially in emergency situations. However, some do not. So states like California, Massachusetts, and a handful of other states require a one-step egress for their code, regardless of if it's an emergency or not. So this activator would engage this lock here. So here's the key difference. This gets installed below the door handle, and hitting the door handle would disengage the lock and open the door at the same time. So again, exact same models. This is a two-step egress. This is a one-step if your code district requires that. One question we do get asked often is this going to be slamming? And it's not. So as you can see right here from the door, this is unlocked. So it doesn't even need to hit the handle unless you're trying to disengage the lock. So on a daily basis, this would not be getting even touched. So another important feature is that our locks are ADA compliant. So unlike some barricades or floor locks, this is compliant as far as the height requirement and not restricting access to wheelchair or any sort of ADA compliance. So that is important for a lot of schools. Another important feature is that we did get our locks fire tested. So we have a rating of up to 60 minutes. So installing this on your classroom door would not affect the fire rating of the door. It is up to 60-minute fire resistant and would not affect the door. One other very important key feature that a lot of schools ask about and talk about is emergency responder access. So when the lock is engaged, say there's an emergency, the students and the teacher are hiding. If there's a knock on the door and they say, hey, it's the police, the teacher has to make a decision at that point. Do I open the door? Do I not open the door? With our lock, they never have to make that decision. The emergency responders have a key in the knock box. They have access from the outside. They simply insert the key and it will unlock the door from the outside. I'm not going to show the key here for emergency purposes, for security purposes. I don't want everyone to see the key, but the administrators and emergency responders can have access to that key so they can always get into the classroom and the teacher never has to come to the door in an emergency. That is huge peace of mind. Everybody loves that. And honestly, it's a safety issue, emergency responder access from the outside. So that is, in a nutshell, everything, all the features. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to answer your questions and engage more in this conversation. Thanks for watching.